What's up, Libra, and welcome back to my channel. It is Mama Manifests here. For those of you who are brand new, well, hello. It's very nice to meet you. I am Carly, also known as Mama Manifests. So welcome to this our beautiful space where we face our shadow and we're ready to do the inner work to achieve all of our dreams and connect with our life purpose. So this is going to be your spiritual reading, Libra. All right. So it's going to bring up anything that is blocking you from, achieving the life that you want. It's, I kind of help people go through their shadow work, really get honest with themselves, see things, for what they really are. So what I ask of you is to take a couple deep breaths, definitely, because here we are going to really get some work done. Okay. So you might hear some things, I don't know, whatever comes through, comes through. I really like to keep the channel open. So whatever needs to come through, whatever you guys need to hear, it has the ability to do so. Whenever you click on this reading, that's exactly when the reading is meant for you. And then also, if you are a cross watcher, just trying to understand somebody that you love a little bit better, you're welcome here, And if you're viewing this could be actually a reading for you, or it could be the other person you're dealing with, or, sometimes relationships come through, like I said, but this isn't all about that. This space isn't all about that. It might come through, whatever. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we are going to start with the oracles, and then we're going to jump into the tarot and see what's going on. What does Libra need to hear at this time? What does Libra need to hear at this time? Of course, if you get value out of this video at any time, make sure you help us to make this channel grow by hitting that like button. And if you want to see more of these videos and keep it up, keep doing the work, make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? So what do we have going on for the lovely, lovely sign? Wow, okay. Okay. So we have journey, right? And you guys I feel like you've been on this spiritual quest, right? And I feel like right here, she's right in the middle of a bridge and there's a bunch of signs, going different ways, right? So I feel like you guys have been going on this spiritual journey and, you're at a moment where things might seem confusing. It's like, which direction do I go in? But do you see how there's like light underneath of her and she's walking down an enchanted path? You guys are walking down a path of fulfilling your dreams right now. We have storm warning. So this is a card, right here, I'm feeling like, some things are happening, there's, the foundation, there's something out of integrity with where you're going, like where you're coming from and where you're going. They look different, right? And so whatever, it can feel really intense. This is oftentimes, when people feel really overwhelmed on their spiritual path or question themselves or question the decision they made to do this work, is because, sometimes things come up and rock the foundation, and it's just pulling away. It's God doing for you it's source energy, universe, whatever you want to call it, doing for you what you cannot do for yourself, and removing away things that just are no longer in alignment with where you're going, right? And this is opening up many doors for you, right? This is asking you to keep an open mind about whatever's happening right now. With storm warnings, it can feel like a storm, but just know that what doesn't make it through the storm didn't have integrity. It didn't have the strength. So you didn't want it anyway, right? Like if you really, maybe right as you're going through it, when we're letting go of things, right? Or people or situations or the way we thought things always should be, or we're just having a foundational belief, right? Change, it can feel like really uncomfortable. And just know that that's the process of change that is happening right now. Okay. So that's just what's happening. And it's opening up, your mindset. It's opening up your world, right? To different things, right? And then we have attachment. And this could be to, a person, but what I'm feeling here is, look at how she's tied up right there. So what is coming in is it's the awareness of how you are attached to something that's holding you back, okay? And I really feel like this is like a codependency pattern here, okay? Just thinking you're supposed to be a certain way. Like she's holding this mask up to the light. She's examining like her old life, right? You guys are seeing certain things, like certain things with who you are and who you are not, right? You thought like you would put all these labels on yourself, and you're walking into this place where you're realizing that there's a lot more depth to life and a lot of depth to yourself, okay? But while we're going through this, because I was picking up on your guys' energy, you guys are at an intense place, right? Before I jumped into this reading. And so I just want you guys to know, some of you really need to hear it. You're not going crazy, right? This is the process of awakening. This is what it looks like. And it's not always going to feel like this, but when we're doing the biggest work, and get excited, you know, about the down moments and about the things that don't work out, because it always opens up a lot more opportunity for you in your life, right? Better, bigger and better things, right? Whatever is stripped away it just isn't serving you, right? It might feel comfortable and we might feel attached to it, but it wasn't serving you anymore, okay? And this is a card 5, which is all about change. And in the reality of whatever this old identity is here, you were chained to it. You couldn't move like away from it, right? Like you felt like your life had like such intense boundaries, and now you feeling like you can really become free. You're still feeling attached to it right now. So you're like in between, you know, two worlds right here, as we can see from the journey card, right? And this may have something to do with your family situation, okay? This could be somebody that you consider your family. This could be a romantic partner, a husband, a wife, a best friend, a parent, right? Whatever it is, you're just seeing the truth about it and how it's not, we have a card 4, which is all about your foundation, right? And that's not to say forever, Libra, but right now there's a need to just let go and take a step back to reevaluate, like create some distance here. Create some distance here so you can see things from your own vantage point, from your own level of vibration, from your own level of understanding, without the mask on, you know? So there's just a lot of like authenticity. And here's the thing, you guys, like Libra, you're like me, you know, I'm a Libra moon and I'm a Taurus sun. And we are like, both of those signs are ruled by Venus, which is all about love. Okay. So you guys love, and I totally get that. So for me to give you this information, it could be triggering for some of you, because one of the most important values to you is having that love in your life, having that happy family. And I just want to let you know, Libra, that whatever, this is a promise from the divine with the rainbow here, whatever is taken away or has not worked out is going to be replaced by something so much better, right? Like truly what you were willing to settle for in this situation, or what you have been settling for, isn't truly fulfilling to you. It's not. Like, if you ask yourself that question, that's why all of these things are coming up for you, okay? So that's our kickoff message. Let's dig a little bit deeper here with these angel cards, and then we'll jump into the tarot, okay? What further messages do we have for the lovely Libra? Okay, we had this card fall out. Wow. Okay, so we have parents. So again, this card's coming out for a lot of different signs, but this could go back to your childhood, right? You're seeing certain masks that you've adopted based on your upbringing, right? Certain belief systems that you've been adopting because of your upbringing. And it's just the time and the place. And there could be a hostile situation with your parents, or you could be missing your parents, or the person that this attachment is all about could be somebody that you share children with. You guys are parents together. Take it however it fits. These are general readings, okay? But with this parents card, it's all about seeing the truth. It's all about like finding, you know, seeing that people have always been doing the best they can, but at the same time, like, you can realize that and also need to take a step back and take a step away so you can hear your own thoughts, right? There might be a need to step away from the beliefs that your parents have always instilled in you, right? Because although they were doing the best they can, that's not the correct information here, right? And so you guys are really breaking out of like a paradigm is what I feel so much freedom on the other side of it. Right now, you're being extraordinarily constricted because that's the process of change. We have to be made uncomfortable to realize that a change needs to happen. It's just the process, okay? But while this is happening, your heart chakra is really opening up. This is like your ability to feel through things instead of like use your logical mind. You guys are really having a heart chakra awakening right now. So while that's happening, all the resentments, because that's where we carry resentments, they're all coming to the surface, right? And so a lot of resentments are coming to the surface here, and it might be overwhelming you in your mental body is what I'm really feeling like. But I just need you to know, Libra, it's all part of the process, and this is all happening for you, not to you, okay? And then we have books, and you guys could be somebody who really, this is going to be a synchronicity for some of you who really loves writing, and reading books, right? And maybe you're going to take your whole story one day, and you're very inspired by that, and inspire others with your writing, okay? But other than that, I feel like right now, it's a time to really go within. And of course, your mind's going to be going wild. So in your free time, the divine is saying, fine, go to the library. Let your heart and your intuition guide you to some books right now. And they're going to have spiritual messages for you. They're going to have messages from the divine just for you. And it's going to be a synchronicity. And then it's going to make you inspired and then help raise your frequency as you're moving through some of this tougher energy here. Okay. And it's because you are a powerful light worker. It is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings and loving service of the divine. So yeah, your life purpose, this has all been a destined event, like you awakening and going down this path and watching tarot and learning about yourself and learning about your shadow and not settling for less than what you deserve. I have a feeling like, just based on your upbringing and your life, like you've been attached to certain ways of life. Like your life has really had limits, and you're at this point realizing that you are actually limitless and you are actually very powerful being, right? There's right here too, again, we have the heart chakra opening up, and what is happening as your heart chakra is opening up, a whole new world. Like it's almost like what I'm feeling for you guys right now is, like from Aladdin, a whole new world, right? Like riding on the magic carpet, right? And I feel like you're kind of going back and forth in between super inspired right now and then super in tougher, harder energy where it's almost really overwhelming. Okay. So just know that it's all part of the process, Libra, and you're exactly where you need to be in this moment. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the tarot now. What further messages do we have for the lovely Libra? You guys are doing a great job here, I promise, okay? Everything's exactly the way it's supposed to be. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of letting go. Like if things are truly meant to be, they will find you once again. What is for you cannot pass you, okay? So never be afraid to let things go. I mean, and I say that, and I know that you're going to work through your fears of letting things go and trusting the universe and trusting the process. But yeah, okay. So I just saw the 8 of Cups, which signifies, kind of being stuck in an illusion of, how things used to be because you are emotionally driven and emotionally attached, but it also indicates the necessity to walk away. So I just feel like you guys are in search for, because your heart chakra is really having this awakening right now, you are in search for more fulfillment, right? You're realizing that the world, there's a lot more that you can have. You can design your world exactly the way you want it. Right? That's what I'm really feeling, you guys. You guys are realizing that. Like, I don't have to settle for anything, right? I don't have to settle for less than I deserve. Okay? All right. Wow. Look at, there's you. This is the card of Libra, okay? This is that Venus ruled energy that I was talking about. This is who you truly are. And this is, I'll tell you right now, the Empress does not settle. This is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous energy coming out at the center of your reading. So please get excited, Libra. This is what you're realizing, what you truly are. You have the ability, the Empress sits on her throne. She has worked through her shadow work. She has faced the darkest parts of herself. She has let go of what doesn't serve her. She's always, keeping her vibration, up. And I'm not to say like that's a process. While we're going through shadow work, our vibration isn't, it's not consistently high. We go up and down as we're moving through it. But, once you're in your Empress status, this is where you're going. You can attract everything to you. You just sit there and, the Empress doesn't settle for anything. She rules her kingdom. She's beautiful. She's the queen of queens. She's mastered all of the elements. She's mastered her passion. She's mastered her emotion. She's mastered her stability, and she's mastered her mind. Okay, enabling her to have whatever it is she wants. And that's what I'm really feeling you guys are really starting to realize right now. Look at this. And now we have the Queen of Emotion crossing this, which is your heart space. Once again, you guys are truly having a huge heart activation. You're feeling love, you're feeling deeper emotions. And when we're feeling the deeper emotions, that also opens up the deeper depth of like the shadowy side of those emotions, okay? So you guys are definitely moving through that right now, but I need you to trust the process, and I'm just gonna keep saying that because what's happening right now is your heart chakra is awakening. You're moving into, you're an air sign, so you're just naturally like logical, but you're moving into a more emotional space, a more emotionally driven space. It's so exciting. Like I am beyond excited. Like your psychic gifts are waking up, like you're becoming more intuitive. You might even, bought a deck of tarot cards, right? The High Priestess isn't here, but with those two definitely play with tarot cards. Queen of Cups and Empress. For sure. Okay. Yep. And this is the foundation here. Because you hit a rock of like, maybe it happened all in one moment, maybe it was gradual over time, but you realize like you weren't feeling fulfilled, right? Like you weren't emotionally fulfilled. Like a part of you felt like you were wearing a mask. A part of you felt like you were living a double life. Of course, not intentionally, but it's just, we don't realize it. We don't know until we know, right? We don't know until we know. Oh my gosh, you guys have so many emotions around here. Okay. So many. And so we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is what you have settled for. This is somebody who isn't emotionally balanced. And on top of it, they are a knight, right? And it could be you too in the past here. I think it's, you're realizing that most people around you aren't moving from an emotional place, don't have emotional consistency, and you're realizing that's where you are coming from too, okay, in the past. But this also could be, men, women around you that, are very emotionally inconsistent, show up and are able to be there one moment, but then don't really have their emotions. You can't have conversations with them. Like conversations are starting to just get boring. You guys, you're realizing people are talking about the same old stuff here. And you're just like, I don't want to do this. This is not what I want to do. I want to do something. Yeah, look at this. It's very similar energy here. This is what you're motivated by, you guys. And now we have the 10 of Cups. So if you guys have been crying like lately, that's your body releasing things that you have not faced throughout your whole life, right? We go out throughout our whole life, and in our society, not a lot of people show examples of how to release and move through emotions, right? We live in a very, action, logical oriented society that doesn't really honor the emotions too much, okay? I don't know why that message just came through, but it did, and some of you needed to hear it. But this is what you're really motivated by. You want ultimate fulfillment. Like, look at the rainbow and the rainbow, right? You want fulfillment within, you want good friends. You want people that, are interested in the same things you are. You want a romantic relationship that checks off all the boxes, not just one, not just good sex, not just stability, not just good intellectual conversation, and not just, emotional, whatever, but you want all of them. You want the whole package. And that's absolutely possible for each and every one of us. And you are very much included in that, right? Okay. So yeah, you're just seeing here all of this information, huge emotional activation. It's just wild. Okay. So if you guys also are feeling like just emotional, just don't be hard on yourself. It's par for the course right now. Yep. There's an energy around you. And it could be a man or woman. It's coming out as a masculine energy, and it's the King of Swords reversed. We've been seeing him come out in a couple of readings around here lately, and he's just not very nice. This is somebody in your life. It could be one of these parents here, but it's definitely somebody that you respect, care for, and admire very much, that you has some sort of authority over you, that you looked as a king. The problem is here is this person isn't very nice, okay? I don't know who that is, but there's an energy around you that isn't very nice, okay? And cuts you down. And every time you get excited about something or try to have an emotional conversation, they shut it down. They shut it down, and you walk away feeling like crap afterwards. And you're just starting to realize that, okay? Yeah. Yep. This is where it puts you. Like you are, because you're having a heart chakra activation, those around you, you're like the distance is starting, you're starting to really notice the distance, right? And that's those moments that we really want to just go back to sleep. I'm almost like you guys have had this awakening, and I've had these feelings too on my journey where it's like somebody just put me back to sleep. Do you remember that part in The Matrix? If you guys have ever seen the movie The Matrix, like that guy literally does. He asks to go back in the Matrix. He's like, I don't want to remember any of this. He's like, just make me rich, whatever, and that's what I'm feeling. Some of you guys are really feeling at this point in time, because you have to be you have to be on guard right now. You have to like stand up for what you believe in, and you feel like not other people are hearing you. But I promise you, with the Seven of Wands, it indicates that you in fact do have the higher perspective. Okay. And trust where you're going, because you are in fact on the right path here. All right. I know that there's an energy around you trying to convince you otherwise, but believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing, because you're the one that's going through this awakening, and you're the one that's going to be setting an example for all of those that you love around you, even if they don't realize that, right? Okay. Yep, here we are. This is like you've been, whether or not you intentionally have been manifesting this or not, with the Nine of Cups, this is what your heart most desires, right? And you've seen certain things, just circumstances have happened, and you've realized certain things about life, and you've realized that you want more. You want to be emotionally fulfilled. And that's what the universe is bringing into you right now. The thing about that is because our desire and our emotions are our strongest manifestors. It's all about how we feel. And because you've been desiring it deep within your heart, whether or not you've been writing it down, you've been wanting it. The universe is now giving you what you want. It's removing all of the things that are blocking you from what you want. Okay. And then, yeah, you definitely have a fear of not working together with somebody or something. You're fearful of losing your old friendships. You're fearful of letting go of your old life. But I have to let you know, first of all, a lot of these people will come back around, and when you're back to being an energetic match, you will reconnect and everything like that. But you really are being called. You are ascending right now. You're literally ascending right now. Okay. And, whatever's taken away, because it's all about perspective. Whatever, isn't working out for you is going to be replaced by something so much better. And I really feel like right now you guys are moving a little bit into some time by yourself, right? To really gain perspective on your emotions and your whole situation. And it's necessary, right? I think this is an understandable fear to have, losing our old life and losing the people that always surrounded us and losing what we've always known. But I have to let you know, Libra, you guys are on an enchanted journey right now. You guys, where you're going is so much more beautiful than where you're at right now. And if I could only just show you the picture of your future life, I would, right? I would, because you'd be so inspired. And this is it. This is the picture. These two cards right here, the rainbow, the happy family, you know, people with their arms up in the air, just so grateful, dancing, loving. That's where you're going, okay? And right now, yeah, there's some things that are out of your vantage point. First of all, Libra, I think it's the first step here is really admitting to yourself. I feel a little bit of self-denial coming out with the sun in reverse about like your fulfillment, about being fulfilled. It's like you kind of make excuses for people around you. But what's happening when you make these excuses for people around you is you're actually, you're taking on negative energy for yourself, and, you're turning off your own heart chakra, okay? And you're settling, and, there's just a real need for you to be honest about things right now. Also, there are some things that you don't know, right? And I don't want to make anybody super suspicious right now, but, I'm not really getting that here. I'm not really getting that there's like extra energies. Maybe, I don't know. We just take it wherever it resonates. But there are some things that you just can't see. And whenever you're ready and in divine timing, the divine will provide that for you, right? Whenever it's meant, everything is in divine timing. And the more you, live that through and realize that, the more you will trust in that. And the less resistance that you will create in life, therefore being able to manifest everything that you want and need and will fulfill you. But yeah, the sun upright is the happiest card in the deck. That's where you're going. And with it coming out in reverse, it's telling me that the energy is here and available for you. But right now, in this moment, when you're viewing this reading, you haven't felt that way. All emotions are teachers, and they're there to teach you something that you need to see, some way that you're settling, some way that there needs to be a change made. Do you really want to always have to be on defense around those who you would expect to be excited for you as you're discovering these new things about yourself and about life? Right? Do you want to be surrounded by people who have the same values as you now, that are aligned, that are loving? Well, that's all coming to you, Libra, and that's all available to you, Libra. But sometimes we have to make sacrifices on our journey, and we have to trade in some short-term discomfort for long-term beauty. Right? And that's really where you guys are at right now, right? Really seeing the truth about what you've been settling for. Your heart chakra is showing you things that you've never seen before. It's a really exciting time. It really is, Libra. It's a very exciting time. Get excited about this journey, right? Get excited about this journey. Yeah, look at under here. You've been fighting. There's been fighting around you with the wands, like just misplaced passion. And that's really what I feel like this King of Swords character is all about here, right? Like this person isn't fulfilled within themselves, right? They feel just unfulfilled themselves. So whatever's been going on back and forth, don't take it personally, because they truly are just really unhappy with their current life circumstances. Now, the distance that you need to create between you and that person that's something that you need to tune into your heart space to find out, okay? And you'll come up with the answer, but this is another thing, right? Like there's a lot of fighting here, right? And every time we have a fight, because there's a difference between having a healthy debate and being able to have a true conversation. And then there's the Five of Wands, which is fighting. It's cutting people down. It's saying mean things. And I don't know about you, but it takes me a long time to heal from, words that are sent to me in anger. It's not nice. It's not nice. And a lot of the times, if what we grew up with, right, was a lot more traumatic than what our life looks like right now, we don't really see it as abuse, okay? And this message is coming through for a lot of the signs. But I mean, by definition, I feel like I don't know exactly what's happening here, but the King of Swords in reverse is like very mean, will stab you right in the heart, right? When the fighting is happening. I don't know, And I don't want you guys, like, if you've been that person, right? That's all you've ever known, right? And so, like, this is a whole process about forgiveness of yourself, seeing the truth, connecting the dots with why your parents acted a certain way. We all are always doing the best we can with what we know. We're very fortunate at this time and place in history. It's actually a very exciting time to be alive because we have so much information available at our fingertips, right? We can search anything we want. We can learn anything we want. So as a collective, we're all becoming a lot smarter. We're all, there's this emotional activation happening after 2020 with all of us kind of being forced to spend some time and look within and realize these things. Because what's happening is there's a better world that we're walking into where it's a lot more fulfilled. We don't need to move into our ego and fight with sticks here. You know what I mean? So that's all what you're going through right now. Let's close this. Let's get a couple more oracle message. Let's get one from the Transcendent Journeys, and then we'll get one from the Work Your Light, okay? To see what other messages the divine has for you guys. Okay. All right, what do we have here? Become your own authority. Yeah, you guys have really been influenced by those around you. And now you're really coming into this place where you have your own voice, right? We have a card 26, which breaks down to an 8. And 8 is a number all about infinity and power. You guys are coming into your own power, becoming your own person, right? You're realizing right now how influenced you've been by your upbringing, by your friend group, your peer group, your location in the world, where you live, and your family and your friends. Okay, you're seeing that and you're really having this desire. It just naturally happens when our heart space is opening and we start focusing on fulfillment that we want to be our own person. Why wouldn't you? You've been feeling, we saw from that card, the attachment card, like you've been, a ball and chain. Maybe you didn't always feel that way, but it's recently come into your vantage point. And when that's happening, we can definitely feel crazy, right? We can definitely feel an emotional overwhelm, like we're having some sort of midlife crisis, like whatever, however it fits for you. But you're just coming into your own power, and that's what the process of coming into your own power looks like, okay? And I'm seeing this here. Don't be scared by this card. I know that they're aliens and things like that, but assistance is at hand, okay? And this, again, is a card 4. 13 breaks down to a 4, which is all about your foundation. And we talked about that at the beginning of the reading. Whatever's being ripped away is not and whatever you need to let go of is no longer in vibrational alignment with who you truly are today. And there are beings in other dimensions helping you, right? Angels, ancestors, guides, God, whatever you want to call it. You're being assisted at this time, right? Even though you can't see it, you are not alone, okay? Even though sometimes it may feel that way as you're going on this journey, we feel that way, so that way we do feel inspired to connect with those beings, right? And to start establishing, a relationship with God, source, higher power, angels, universe, the divine, okay? So anything else from this one? One just fell out. We got 2, okay. Yep, unbound. Again, look at this. Look at this. Look at this, okay? Very much the same energy. And we're just going to go ahead and we're going to say a quick prayer together, you guys. I always, when this card or another card comes out, we're going to say a prayer. And I just want you guys to take a deep breath right now and really feel this energy, because it's going to start activating things within you, okay? So take a deep breath, and I'm going to hold this to my heart while I say it as I send the energy over to you guys. I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, forever unbound, right? This is seeing things for how they truly are, not being, attached to the resentment of it, because that's actually what keeps us attached to these types of situations, but really understanding that that you have learned so much from your life journey. Everything has been happening perfectly for you up until this point, and now you're being freed. Okay, you are being freed. And then we have trust the niggle. And this is all about, this is a big moment for you guys. Like, you guys are having this heart chakra activation where, you know, which can also, you know, go in with our third eye, and you're seeing things from a different perspective, but you don't really have hard evidence per se, but you just feel something within you. Okay. And this is going to be different for each and every one of you, but you're being asked by the divine to trust yourself. There might be resistance that comes up from your ego or your shadow self, but we see the lightened version within her, right? Like, we have a solar plexus activation that's all about reclaiming your power and your authority, and you're being asked to trust yourself. There is something that you know you have to do, Libra. I don't know what that is. Like I said, it's going to be different for each and every one of you, but you need to take that leap of faith and go ahead and trust yourself. You are dead on with whatever it is. You are dead on, okay? So that's going to be a very special message for some of you. You're dead on, okay? You are right here, all right? And then at the bottom of the deck, you know, you might, this is out of your point of view because it's in your subconscious, but you're actually breaking the chain of ancestral patterns. You're going through a major healing process, and you're rewriting the future, right? You're not settling for what those past, like those before you, have settled for. You are breaking you're breaking a chain here. You're breaking a pattern. You are a pattern breaker. And that's a very honorable thing to be, you know, a part of. And you're breaking patterns that you've been held down by for your entire life. Okay. And so you're being literally freed right now. And in that process, like, okay, just imagine if you were, you know, I'm not saying your life is a prison, but, you know, say you were in prison for 20 years. People become comfortable with that. And then when they're first released, they almost self-sabotage because they're so overwhelmed, because the world has changed around them. People have changed. Everything's changed, that they just want to go back. You know, and you wouldn't understand why people want to go back to an institution like that. And it's because, although it's incredibly uncomfortable, right, by any means, it's what they know, and it's what they've always known. And because there's so much opportunity and beauty in the world, they get overwhelmed. Okay. And so that's really literally, you know, how you're feeling right now. And just know that, like, you know, you don't want to go back to your old life where it was like confined and there were boundaries. You're expanding your world. You're realizing you can achieve and have whatever you want. You don't have to settle for less. You can live your purpose. You can have the happy family. You can feel passionate. You can have the great sex life. You can, all of it. You don't have to settle for anything less than you deserve. And that's what this whole reading is all about. And this is a huge moment for you guys. And we'll keep going, I'm sure, down this journey together. So I will be sending you all of my love as we move through this energy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Namaste and God bless.